How's everything going? How are
Oh,
you getting on?
basically, there is this little bit of, there is like this small issue. I was
Mm,
done with step six.
mm,
I was like done. But
mm.
then I just came like 3 hours before this session to like just check it and stuff. And then when I was reading it, it just sounded so repetitive. So I deleted some of the
Really?
steps, but I
Why?
do have like a lot of it. I have a lot of it. Like
Oh,
I have it, but then there's like it's so repetitive.
yeah.
Yeah, I did all of
Yeah.
the boxes, but then when I got to stage three, I think that's when it started getting so repetitive. And then
Really?
I just stopped there. Like I just did the ending and stuff. Like I
Mm.
did everything. It was so detailed and stuff. And then like there, I don't know what to do there.
It is hard. I'll be honest with you. It is hard. Like even me, like I literally was like racking my brains. I was like, what am I gonna put here? What am I gonna put there? It's like, and I had to try and make it make sense, you know? And it was
Yeah.
really difficult. It's not easy, you know, but eventually you get there. Eventually you get there. There is a way for you to do it, right? So this is
Yeah.
the document I've got, right? So I've got, okay, we've got step 4 there. Do you have your step 6?
Yeah. I think I did it. I don't know. I did it. I
Okay,
did it. I
great.
did it. I did it. I did it.
Right, good. Okay. Right, lovely. Okay. A lot of detail.
Yeah,
Wow.
it took me like 10 minutes to do each stage. Like then I would come back as well and just be like, let's add this. And it took me so long.
Yeah, it does take long. Yes, it does. Yeah. I'll be honest with you, it does take long, you know. But it's just I just want you guys to experience it basically.
Yeah.
Um, do you think that you're starting to develop a better understanding of the types of choices authors have to make?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Because you have
Yeah,
to think
100%.
carefully, isn't it? It's like it's not easy. Because the thing about it is that even though it's creative, it still has to be believable. Even if it's the most fantastical type of story, it still has to be believable. And I think that's what's tricky about it. But it's a cool challenge though. So what do you what's your plan from now, right? So you mentioned about the fact that you felt it's repetitive and all this kind of stuff. What's your plan for now? Because we need by Thursday, I need you guys to try and finish step 8.
The whole like I wanted to do step eight, but before doing it, in case I did it wrong, I just wanted your feedback because I kind of changed it. It is kind of like it's the same thing, but it's more generic. Like I tried adding like lots of symbolism and meaning to it and stuff like that. I made it like in a way that
Mm,
it's like relatable to like a lot of people, not just like immigrants, because I
yes.
thought slowly going through it, I thought
Yeah.
that it applies to a lot of people. So like the
Yeah.
rooms are kind of like stereotypes, and like
Mhm.
the monster is kind of like society kind of. So then just like I tried doing stuff like this. I even added riddles. I added foreshadowing.
Mm.
I don't know what else I added, but I tried doing a
Mhm.
lot of good things, hopefully.
Yeah, I think first thing is this part is not necessarily because I do want you guys to start thinking about like the refinement of it, but it's not still the main aspect for it. So as we now move into step 8, now we're going to start transitioning into more refinement, language, and all that kind of stuff, right? And so we will start working on that stuff a bit more. I think at the moment you want to just make sure that you think the idea it works, basically, right? So which part of it do you want to go over now?
Think there was a step. There was this part. There was like this first room. I don't know if it was like. I think it's stage two. It's in stage two. I don't know if it makes sense because
Okay.
I tried making a challenge, and the
Mm-hmm.
challenge is like that she enters like a room of insects,
Mm-hmm.
but I don't know if it makes sense.
Mm.
It sounds
Okay.
weird.
All right. Which part of that is it? Which exact beat, do you know?
It's just like the opening balance deteriorates, and
Oh, here, yeah.
yeah, just the
Okay.
start, like just how she enters in it.
So is it just the first beat, or is it like the first couple of beats, or is it what?
I think it's like the first two beats,
All right.
or the first
Cool.
three beats. I don't know.
Okay. Cool. Do you want to do me a favor? Can you read the first 3 beats for me, and then we'll go through it?
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
As Mira stumbles out of the spider-filled room, an easy silence is soon replaced by faint, ghostly whispers swirling through the maze. The voices overlap and tumble together, never clear enough to offer comfort. Is it so often mirror catches the piece of the riddle? Not all doors face you where. But the words flicker and fade before she can understand. Each step grows heavier as the maze closes in, her sense of balance slipping away into confusion and dread. As the whispers swell louder, and the maze squeezes tighter around her, Mirror stumbles into another room, the one lined with tall, distorted mirrors from the floor to ceiling. Each reflection shows her wearing a different mask, costume, or even an unfamiliar face, never quite her own. She walks, the mirrors seem to multiply, her image warping and multiplying until she can hardly tell which one is real. The voices echo, which face is yours, and fit in, blend in, belong. The tension crackles inside Mirror as she realizes that in this place, being herself might not be enough or even possible. Surrounded by warped, multiplying reflections, Mirror's breath catches in her throat. She shifts nervously on her feet, arms hugging herself, her body swaying gently from the side to side, trying to comfort herself, trying to feel less exposed. Every mirror shows a different version of her, a stranger's face, a borrowed smile, a mask she can't quite wear. The whispers bow around her relentless. Every path is different. Which face is yours? Tears blur her vision as she fights the urge to shout at the glass or to call for help. The ache of loneliness swells with every heartbeat. With each sway of each anxious motion, she senses that no one's coming. There is only the maze and her own trembling self reflected back in her gut. A hard truth settles. No matter how she moves or copies, she won't find a way out. In someone else's reflection, discovering her path means facing herself, however frightened or uncertain she feels.
What's the problem?
I don't know, it's just like the way it moves, like how fast it moves. Because if it moves from the start, like she's in this room, right? And then she goes into this other room. And then afterwards, if you look at the pages that are down there left, there's like half of the page already left. And like it's like afterwards you said that we have to focus on one part, on one bit of the story.
Yeah.
So then it's like so many things happening.
Yeah.
And I don't know how to put that together.
I love it. I don't know. I can't see what the problem is. I don't know what you're complaining about.
I don't know because
It's amazing. It's amazing. Like, what's the problem?
There's like half here.
It's a grade 9 story.
Oh, thank you.
It's a grade 9 story. It's absolutely fantastic. So I'm like, what's the problem? Like, it's great. But okay, just try and explain to me what you think the issue is, please. Okay, go ahead. Like, you think
it feels weird. Like, I don't know, it doesn't feel right.
But that feels like the right, because it's surreal. Right?
Yeah, like I don't know, like in my head I'm imagining the maze from Maze Runner, but then somehow she finds rooms, and then from room to room she's going, and then I'm looking here, there are so many stages left, and like I don't know what else to add, and then afterwards we have to focus on one part. And then choosing the part is like hard, and then, it's like so many things happening.
It's great. It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, the problem is I'm not in your head, so I don't know exactly where you're trying to get to. I mean, what I will say is that you are using a lot of detail, but that's not a problem for me because I enjoyed listening to you read it. So for me, I'm like, this is cool. For you, I don't know. In your head, you might want to get somewhere, right? But that's why I designed that tool for you guys to work through it, and it'll guide you through each and every single step, right? But if you look at mine, you've gone into a lot more detail than I did, for example, right? So if you look at mine, you see I've got a lot of white space, see?
Yeah.
Got a lot of white space because you see the thing with me is that let's say, for example, with my stage 2, I had a specific scene I wanted to write about this scene. It's already in my head. I just needed to flesh it out, right? And I needed to make sure that the way that I've written it, it hits all the beats for stage 2 of overcoming the monster, right? So I was just thinking about each part, and mine's a bit different as well because my character has she's basically been reborn, basically. So she's come back into this world, and basically everything's new. Have you watched The Matrix?
No.
So basically, what happens in The Matrix, it's sort of a similar type of idea, right? He eventually realizes that he's stuck in a fake world. Call it a fake world. Somebody listening to this, if somebody wants to listen to it and say it's not a fake world, it's like a digital world or whatever. Okay, fine. But eventually, he realizes that this world is not real that he lives in, right? And then, oh, you haven't watched The Matrix? Man, you guys, you have to like.
Had a dream, Neo, that you were so sure was real. What if you were unable to wake from that dream? How would you know the difference between the dream world and the real world?
What is happening to me?
The answer is out there, Neo. It's the question that drives us.
What is the Matrix?
The Matrix is the world that has been pulled over your eyes to blind you from the truth.
What truth?
They're watching you, Neo.
Human beings are a disease. You are a cancer of this planet. And we are the cure.
Get me the hell out of here!
Welcome to the real world.
Basically, the real world has been destroyed, and they basically live through a computer-generated world. And the machines use the computer-generated world to enslave the humans. So 99.99999% of the humans are stuck in the computer-generated world, and they don't even know it. They're so plugged in to the system. And in the movie, they're literally plugged in the back of their heads. And the ones who realize it and they eventually wake up, they have to unplug the thing. And then basically they come back into the world almost reborn. Their eyes don't work properly, their muscles don't work. They have to kind of relearn the world, basically. And that's sort of like with my character. And so if you look at my sentences, for example, right? Let me just try and find it quickly. I'll just give a quick example. So you see with mine, I have a lot of fragmented sentences. And it's because she's learning this world. So you can see like the sentences are very short because she's sort of like coming in and out of consciousness. And she's like, she can hear things. It's like, you know, when you're in a dream, and sometimes you can't tell the difference, like you said in The Matrix, you can't tell the difference between the dream world and the real world. You're like, wait a second, is this my dream or is this real? And then eventually you're like, oh, wait a second, it is real, you know, like that. And so that's what the fragmented sentences represent. And then even here, you've got things like clinking metal hands and face. So she's the short phrasing is supposed to represent this idea. She's looking and like, what's going on here? You know what I mean? What are these things? So that's appropriate to my story, but it may not be appropriate to your story because your character is not in the same situation. So maybe in yours, you do need that detail. You know what I'm saying? Right? Maybe it is appropriate in your case, but in my case, this I think is appropriate for my character and their experience. Make sense?
So is there like a technique to know like I don't know, like is there like a technique to know like which one is most appropriate to your story?
I think it's just up to you. I mean, I think it's good to have other people read it. At the end of the day, remember that the way that people receive it is different from you because you seem to be expressing a little bit of concern or frustration, whereas I enjoyed reading your story. So for me, I don't really see 100%. Maybe the problem is that I'm not really a professional author. I'm sort of learning on the go like you guys. You know what I mean? So maybe that's my own inexperience. Maybe if I was, I don't know, Stephen King or whatever, Robert McKee or whoever these big writers are, if I was one of them, I would probably go, now you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this, you need to do this. At the moment, I'm just enjoying the story. So like, I don't know. So I think your technique works very well. It's got a very surreal feel to it. I think that is appropriate to the genre because your genre seems to be about that type of world. It's not real, it's beyond reality. It's surreal. And I think the language expresses that really well. So I'm not yet sure what your concern is. Do you want to try and tell me again?
Like this is like everything I've written now, it's only stage 1 and stage 2. And there are like so many things left there. And then there's just going, if I keep writing and writing, there's just going to be so many things happening. It's just going to be like dragging it. Like, you know, when you're reading a story and they're like when you're watching a show, you're watching season 1, season 2, you're
I see.
interested, and in season 3 and 4, they're just like trying to write now. Like that's what
Hmm.
it like, you know what I mean?
Okay, here's what you can think about. I don't know why I've lost your page. One second. Oh, here it is, right? Here's what you can think about. Which part were we focusing on? Was it this one here?
Yeah.
So you could start to think about whether or not everything, for example, if we have a look here, is everything here necessary or appropriate for opening balance? Could some stuff actually work in tension begins to rise? Let's have a look. Each step grows heavier as the maze closes in, right? So see here, tension is rising. You could, if you wanted to, move this down into here. Could do
Okay.
that if you want to. Or if you want, you could maybe move this bit down. And then, so here, for example, discussion about the theme, every part. So it's okay, that's really good. Right? I mean, this could fit in discussion about the theme. So you can start to maybe move things into different places, right? Because like maybe what you need to try and do is maybe free your mind from feeling as if this has to be here, right? It's not really a science at the end of the day. You might find that actually this one works here, right? In the next step. And then you can maybe just start to move things down, and that can move your story along a bit. What do you think?
Maybe, yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah. Okay.
It's possible, you know. The other option is that, look, you don't necessarily need to finish it. Do you have an idea of which stage you think you're going to want to focus on for step 8?
I don't know, maybe 2, maybe.
Yeah, because mine's step 2. You know, the thing about step 2, sorry, about stage 2, the really cool thing about stage 2 is the special world. Because if you think
Yeah.
about stories, yeah, that's where stories really start to become interesting. Is when the characters step into what we call crossing the threshold. They step into this new special world. So it would make sense to do that, right? So maybe what you want to do, if you feel it's going to take too long, just finish your stage 2 and then just move on to step 8 and use your stage 2 in step 8. What do you think?
Okay. Maybe, yeah. Yeah.
Could do that. Yeah. I mean, I know I said finish it. It's a little bit of an idealistic goal. It's maybe not realistic for everybody, which is fine. I wanted everybody to have a chance to at least see if they could experience what it's like to plot an entire story. And you never know, you may completely fall in love with your story and be like, oh, you know what? I want to finish this later on. Okay, fine. Then you just do stage 2 for now. And then later on, if you want to finish your story, you can finish it.
Okay, wait. So wait, I'm gonna do it again and highlight the bits that I did after, and if it gets too much, because I don't know when to stop when like I do something. So then like I do, but at the same time, if I do this, I don't know when to stop like in the actual story.
Mm.
So then like can I after I think is I'm gonna try to do it by next lesson. And thingy, can after you give me feedback on which stuff needs to go?
It might be hard for me to do that. I'm more than happy to read it. But for me to tell you what needs to go, wow. Maybe. Well, I mean, what you need to think about is like, for example, look, do you know how to decide what to keep and what to get rid of? Like, do you have an idea of how to decide that?
What I do is just think, is it repetitive or is if
Okay.
I'm reading this, would I skip it or not?
Yeah.
Like that's what I'm trying to think.
Yeah, true. Remember that not all repetition is bad, right? Repetition is actually it is what like even Shakespeare uses a lot of repetition, right? It depends on how you use it, right? But like you said, if it's redundant in some sense, it's like it's not necessary, then that's one way, that's one thing you can get rid of. Okay. Anything else?
I don't really know. That's how I do it.
Basically, remember, what is a story about? Think about it. Like, what's the central piece of the story?
The goal, like the way she turns to be like better.
You're close. I wouldn't say the goal is the central piece, but you're very close. Try again. Like, what's the most important part of the story that if you take this thing out, you haven't got a story?
Protagonist.
Yes. So when you're deciding what to keep and what to take out, what to keep and what to take out, how would you decide that? thinking about the fact that the protagonist is the pillar of the story.
Oh, does it affect the protagonist?
Does this thing help my reader to understand the protagonist's journey? Yes or no? That's what you need to think about. Make sense?
Yeah.
And same thing when you guys are analyzing. How does this thing help the reader or the audience understand the protagonist's journey? That's what you need to think about when you're analyzing as well. Cool. Anything else?
No.
Yeah, but it's great. I love it. I love your story. I mean, it'd be great to see like this vision that you have in your head, the end product. It'd be really nice to see that. But so far, it's really good. I literally had goosebumps as you're reading it. I swear.
Thank you, sir.
I was literally enjoying it. I was like, it's so good. It's like it's almost my style of story, like this sort of like surreal, sort of like science fiction-y type of world. I like that. You know, you've got a lot of nice symbolism in it as well. You know, talking about the faces and stuff. It's cool. It's really cool. You know, it's like if you think about even like Shakespeare, one of his favorite themes is appearances versus reality. It's about the false faces that you see everywhere. So this is almost like a modern version of that, you know. So yeah, it's really good. So don't feel down about it. But yeah, if you've got a particular vision in your head, try and obviously let it manifest as you want it to. But I think you're doing really well. Really, really well. It's really cool. Right.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
All right. No worries. All right. I'll speak to you later.
Have a great day, sir. Bye-bye.
You too. Cheers. Bye.